All right, welcome back to DLS Way. We've been going a long time, but we are back
Again.
my man. All right, so we have a public notice going on. Ghana, it was pretty brief, vague, and lacking the transparency many expected, right? The embassy in the United States of America has been shut down until further notice, but it's been a long time coming. This is not really new to most of us because we have a lot of family, we have a lot of friends in the States that do complain all the time. So, yeah, we're going to delve into it, see what happened, why it's been shut down, and when hopefully it's going to be open for people to go and get their businesses done. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Ayikwe, you know anybody for Yankee where this thing happened to? Because me, my bro always they complain. He said most of the time when they call the embassy Safa, nobody they pick up. To be honest.
Yep.
Ghana.
Happy home. When I heard about this, I wasn't surprised because these have been the usual complaints from not just the embassy in DC or whatever, but it be something where it be like all over the world. Well, currently where we day China, I know if it talks to because I've not really experienced like any such behaviors from the
Yeah.
embassy in Beijing. That one I can give to them. They're quite efficient. When you renew a passport,
Hmm.
if they tell you it's 2 weeks, sometimes it even comes earlier. And when you go to apply for a visa for someone, if it's 5 days, it's 5 days. So for the embassy in Beijing, from my point of view, I don't know about others. I think they're doing great. But besides that, I think all around the world, a lot of people have complained about some of these behaviors from our embassy. But I think this issue was not the main issue was about some sort of pilfering, which we'll talk about. But in general, in total, the embassies, Ghana embassies around the world, don't really take good care of the citizens, which is very, very unfortunate.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah, it was quite interesting because I saw many comments on YouTube and people were saying the same thing. They were like, "Oh, the foreign ministry has to take a look into the Belgium one, into the I
Mm-hmm.
think they mentioned a few in the Vietnam one. They were like they
Yeah.
all doing the same thing, right? They jack up passport prices. They have like all these vague, excuses. There was a guy who said he wanted to go for like I think a 64-page passport. He paid
Yeah.
for 64 pages and he was issued like a 30 or 32-page passport.
I think
And when he
48,
received
48
it,
and 32. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He started to protest, and they were like, then you have to reapply again. It was like, it doesn't make. I have the receipt here that I applied for 48 page.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they do. They don't really take care of us. Like you did talk, it is very normal. Say, as we all day outside, and you meet your country people, like, you for help them out.
Yep.
Or
You
rather, no,
see,
sometimes the locals in the country, rather, they offer you better help than your own people you they meet for outside.
make a
All
jump
right,
in.
so big man, yeah, make it chip in quick.
Yeah, make a jump in quick. You see, the problem is say then the figure say that they do with favor. The people then they
Exactly.
take go there, no. Then the figure
Yeah.
say then they do us a favor. But it's
Hmm.
it's your job. That be one. Two, we no get proper reforms. We know they
Hmm.
we set up the place, make people just go there. Then every year, then for fee taking reports, make them then use the report, take serve the people. That be all we they need. You understand? I paid for 48. Give me 48. If you don't have
Yeah.
48, inform me earlier.
Yeah.
Don't let me pay for it and then later you tell me I cannot get you your refund. It sometimes I don't know how our most of our officials when they especially the embassies they think, because I've seen videos where you see them talking and they talk with that level of like
Authority. Yep.
authority and
Mm-hmm.
disregard,
Yeah.
like, and it
Yeah.
hurts because at the end
Yeah.
of the day you need your country to back you and you will be proud boasting about your country. But most of us, because of these actions from most of these embassies all over the world, we kind of go like, these are our embassies. You cannot count on them. And it's sad,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, but do you really think this is like anything different from the average ordinary Ghanaian back home? I think it's an attitude we bring from Ghana to wherever we go. Is there any difference, or this is just culturally who we
It's the
are?
same. It's the same. It's the same. In my province, beno dunole na kombanale, beno pale na
That's
kombanale.
all.
That's
That's
all.
all. All
The way
right,
our mentality is the same. And
it's the
when you
same
talk,
everywhere you go.
people will tell you, "Oh, you guys, when you travel, you think you know everything." Like that.
You they make two no,
You don't make two no,
two no,
Yeah.
two no abobo no. Yeah, so let's give like an overview of what really happened or what went down. So the key point was like there was a fraudulent scheme going on. One, an audit revealed that locally hired IT officers, right? They all created like unauthorized links to the embassy's website, redirecting visa and passport applicants to their private companies. That is really unfounded. This is why it's shut down so that investigations can happen. And also, there were like unauthorized fees because people were saying they got charged ranging from $30 to $60, which is not the right amount they should be charging. Also, there's been like, and it's all now like, alleged, so we can't really prove anything, that all these monies went into their private account and not the government coffers. We don't really know. So
Yeah.
there's been like, yeah, there's been rumors that this has been going on for years. It's nothing new. Like it's been probably like 5 to 10 years. So it's been closed temporarily, and this begs the question though. It's like, what does this mean for people residing in the states? How did they get their passports and the documentation sorted? I mean, how did they go about?
Especially when you have like a month to renew your passport or something. I don't know. They have to. I think they have to, and this is where I just said it. It is a good step because we need to clean houses, right? We need that as a country all over. I think even with the Beijing you mentioned, we need house cleaning, right? But
Yeah.
but before we do that, before they come in with the house cleaning, they have to
Mm,
make provisions so that
yeah.
people that don't or are in dire need of applying for a passport, then go fee call. Okay, go to if you call this number, you get sorted. It doesn't matter the country you are coming from, even if it can be
Hmm.
shipped from Ghana to the states, and it's
Hmm.
for 1 month. The next 3 months, if it's going to take for me, if it's going to take even 7 months to do this, to make sure we get the right structures and make our citizens abroad comfortable, so be it. But then
Yeah.
make provisions for it, because before you have to plan, right? So that's
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I literally know somebody there right now whose mom have literally have to go back home to Ghana in June next month because of this closure, right? I think her passport has had already expired though, but she was trying to get it renewed and for some reason this also came in. So now she has to travel with that. I think they call it like a travel certificate. You
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
get this
Yeah.
paper that you
Yeah.
can use
Yeah.
to go
I
back home. So yeah, so she
yeah.
has to go back home, redo it, and fly back. So you can only imagine the inconvenience, right? Think
Mm-hmm.
about the
Yeah.
flight cost back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. But I mean, like we
Yeah.
said, this is not really new. It's the same way that I think a few weeks ago there was this the same thing. I mean, it's not really rumors. There were videos of the custom services, right?
Mm-hmm.
Customs and Excise Service also taking monies from people who return home to Ghana. But this is the problem that we have systemically. It's like people travel abroad, they come home, they want to feel welcome.
Yeah.
But instead, everybody at the customs wants to take money from these guys. Wants to take, and it's happened to me. It's happened to you guys too. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
A very
Exactly.
big yes.
So,
I
so
came back like a month ago.
recently, yeah,
And if I
Yeah.
tell you what I saw, I have to encounter before I entered the country, and then going back, what they were doing, that
yeah, yeah. We've all
it
been
broke
there.
my heart.
We've all been
Especially
there.
when my friend did not tell me till we got back, and then he was like, "Oh, do you know what the immigration officer was telling me? Don't you have some dollars on you? Don't you have some dollars on you?" And before they
Yeah.
did that, they even tried, because I don't know whether they don't know 1 plus 1 is 2, or in a month it's between 28 to 31 days, depending on the month you are using, right? They cannot calculate the days. They just look at your passport. Just because the person is a foreigner, they just direct you to some place. And I have to step
Yeah.
in. I was like, nah, I came back with this guy. We've not spent a month, right? And then later he checked, and the annoying thing was he wasn't even paying attention. He was actually having a conversation with another lady, like as in they work together, and they were talking about their bosses, gossiping about their bosses. I was just standing there
Yeah,
looking
but
at them,
that's the
you
one of the
know.
most embarrassing thing when you actually come in with somebody, right, and they get to witness this firsthand. It's like
Oh,
think about the first impressions they would have about your country. It's too
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Yeah.
a systemic thing. I don't know, Leo. What be your take on them?
It is. It is. I mean, it just cuts across everywhere. But just something. I saw something on Joy News now. They said the ministry has deployed a new IT team to the US, so they will reopen the embassy on Thursday. That's tomorrow. So hopefully, it comes quick and it doesn't inconvenience people. But coming
Yeah,
back to the
but
whole thing,
yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah,
keep going. Keep going,
I
keep
think
going.
I think it's really annoying. Immigration officers are doing it, customs officers are doing it, and what I
And the
don't know is,
health people, the health
yeah,
people.
yeah,
I nearly, like, there was this lady. We had a huge argument, just because she cannot calculate the days, and because she's bent on taking her bribe. Tobacco, stop laughing, because I was telling you, it has to, three of her colleagues have to come and calm me down and apologize. And my friends, some of my friends were telling, "Oh, just give her like $5 or 10." I was like, "Nah, this is very disrespectful."
what service am I paying for?
Continue,
So
Leo.
so
Continue.
so so yeah, yeah. So for most countries, the international law with international civil aviation law is you can't carry more than $10,000 into a country. You have to declare
Yeah,
the reason why you're bringing that money. They don't even care about that. All they care about, the custom officers, is what is in your bag.
yeah.
Meanwhile, we claim we have a world standard airport, which means that we have scanners that scan our bags, right, to see if you have any contraband or whatever in your bag. Now, when you get to the exits, the one thing that annoys me the most is in many countries when you arrive, they pick and choose one or two people, or when they detect something in your bag, then they ask you to open. But when you arrive at Ghana airport, you must always open your bag. I don't really get that part of it. Even if you're carrying a small suitcase, you have to open the bag. But the thing is, at my point of origin, they scan the bag. At my destination, you've scanned the bag before it's come to the conveyor belt and I picked it up. So what is the point opening every single bag? Because
You
I
know the
remember
point. The point is not really to check what's in your
it
bag.
just
You and I
wants to
know the
stress
point.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they
you
just
just
want to
have to
stress
grease
you.
their palm. Yep. Say, Jawufia Brisha, but you have something in your pocket, so at least give me something small, make a chop.
And for me,
That thing
I
is
don't know,
really
with
bad.
this kind of thing, it's an organized institution of the country. If the government or the institutional bosses want to stop this nonsense, they will stop it. They're just not willing to stop it. How can you tell me that the commissioner of SEPS or immigration issue an order and set two, three people as scapegoats? I mean, you are the authorities, or even the president declare that from now on, anyone who is caught doing that, you lose your job and lose your pension. They will stop it immediately. I don't know why they can't issue such directives and statements. And you allow people like this to be, I mean, destroying the image of the country right at the international airport. It'll not be cool. It just be, I don't know, like,
Yeah, well, right now we really have to give kudos to Honorable Ablakwa because I think this is a step in the
yeah,
right direction.
yeah.
But the biggest question though is it going to just end with the U.S. embassy, or do you think they should keep rolling like country to country, evaluate all these embassies around the world? It would take time, resources, and money though. But you think it's worthy of something to look into?
Massa, me and you, we know, say, this thing, it no be the DC DSF, it no be DC alone. It be the whole world. Everywhere when an embassy day, then be like that. Maybe you go feel give credit to one or two, but most of them then be like that. So if I
Yeah,
continue, but the question is, if they wanna habit, say something go come, we then, oh Charlie, no, make we just okay, then all of a sudden then stop, then some come, but then people then go set up again. Give them some few months, give them a year,
yeah,
then you go see the same
yeah.
habit cropping up. You understand?
Yep,
So
yep.
for me, I'm happy that it is start from somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
right? But all those, for me, I go back in Ghana. We say "Ket numahiko isha." I don't know how to say it in June. So see, baby, a bon or whatever.
Esi
But
baby, esi fako, yeah,
yeah, okay. So my point is, there are people that have worked there that are not under government, like as in they were not because of political party. That's not why they are there. It was from government, from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Leo, you know this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Some of
yeah.
them, they've been in those positions for quite a long time. Reshuffle, change them, bring new
Yeah,
ideas. You
yeah.
understand? Until we start doing those things, I'm telling you, look at ministry, look at the entire ministries
But
across.
honestly, I really feel like yeah, you got a point. But I feel like the most important thing or the way to curb this is to just automate everything. I feel like automation negates most of these things. If you apply things online, you pay online, everything just goes literally into the
Yeah,
the designated
government
banks and
coffers.
the right
Yeah.
places. Because if you still
Mm-hmm.
keep paying cash, or because we used to do it here in China, right? It used to be cash. I think until last year they started automating stuff. So
Bro, my question to
until
you is, do you think
yeah,
they don't know?
well, that's a good question though. That'd be a good, really, really good question.
Yeah, there's a reason why they don't want to do that because you
Yeah,
can't tell
yeah.
me a whole government institution cannot create a one. I mean, for many countries, when you apply for a visa, it's like the US, Canada, and all these
Hmm.
big countries.
Hmm.
You can apply for a visa in China and do the visa interview or whatever in Cote d'Ivoire. Because once you apply, it's in the system worldwide. Any
Yes.
embassy you walk into, they'll give you an appointment and you can actually access the service there. So they can have one platform that serves all Ghana embassies, which means that they can have one single bank account. If it's not convenient, you can still have individual bank accounts, but once you pay money online, it goes into the account and you can't go and withdraw it because when you withdraw, you need to sign and they'll know who is
Hmm.
signing for it. So there are means and ways to curb these things. It's
Yeah,
very easy to
the
do. And
problems. Yeah,
No,
sorry
yeah,
to cut you off, but
let me top it up.
yeah.
See, why is it that in this modern age, where printers for card, right, to print stuff like the ID cards and stuff, in this modern age, you go to the embassy or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs just to apply for a certain certificate or something, as in a card form. They tell you the machine is broken.
Yo, guy, if you really want to go into like, if you guys want to go into the problems, yeah, we're not gonna finish this talk.
That being
But
so,
yeah,
I want
uh,
to share one really personal problem that I had. I just don't understand the attitude of the guys at the concert. I really don't understand. I think I called. I think it was like 2 years ago. I was renewing my passport, and I called, and one guy picked up. So I was trying to explain some stuff. I forgot what it really was, and he was like, "Oh, say I can't understand your borrowed accent. You're a Ghanaian. Why are you speaking?" And I'm like, "You don't even know me." It's like, "Why even?" And besides, like, the English we already speak stuff. It no be one language. So
yep,
at the end, no, we or the language you be borrowed. But at the end of the day, you go speak something, you go learn something. Why not go do them to the best of your ability? Meanwhile, no, you don't know my background, you don't know where I live for, you don't know like
yeah,
yep,
where I go
yep,
school and things. So why
yep.
you not go focus? The same thing happened to one of our friends, Leo, Nini. I mean, no, I'm married.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
go back home, the same thing. She go now. Then you remember then do the redomination of the currency.
But the currency, yeah.
So now she get a bit, flustered with like, how to go about them. So she go,
Yeah.
I don't know, say no container for also
yeah,
container
No,
for
no,
also.
no.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, where
Yeah.
she go chop. The same thing, where it finish in the way they pay, by come out the money where they ask the girls, you feel select or pick the amount because they come. You know what you ask them? Say, hey, why are you pretending? Wait, say, oh, why I go pretend? Like, why I go spread money, say, come out? I know the idiots, right?
Yep.
I really like, I
Yep.
drop no chair, so I be confused. But I know they get the attitude. Like, you they offer service. Somebody say, help
Yep.
them. Oh, okay. China, here will come now. So you spread the money out, then go take one or two, then go give
Yeah.
you your what?
Because you don't know
Yeah.
Your
inside.
change. That be
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Ghanaians, we have this attitude of like poking them, making everybody feel like you be too no or you the rush.
Yep. It
What
be
you think say for
yeah.
it be the culture, it be the attitude, it be when the politics, it when the leaders be there. I don't care attitude. What be that thing?
Yep. I'll just give an example. You know this guy we deal with at the embassy in Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name? Yeah, he's like I can speak highly of him. He's the
Mm-hmm.
kind of service like when you go there, he gives you a nice face. He has a normal conversation with you, and whatever you're doing, he makes sure. Sometimes they are late though, but I mean when they're around, he in particular, he that's how it's supposed to be. It's like the embassy in a country is actually part of Ghana
There
as
should
far
be
You
as
are
I
a
there
know.
human
to
face. What you're trying
serve.
to say,
Yes,
You
there
are
should
there
be
to
a
serve.
human. There should
You're
be
yes,
a
there to
human
serve your
face.
people.
There
by
should be
Exactly.
a
law,
human face to it. But
by
sometimes
law.
they don't listen. Sorry,
Huh?
sorry to cut you. Sometimes
Yeah.
you call the embassy and you're like, listen, where I am to the embassy, it is too far. It will cost me even times three. What I'm coming to do there, it will cost me times three to get there. They don't even want to consider and find a
Yeah.
solution for you as a citizen. You understand? For me, I've always said our problem we are having as a country is because of all these apparatchiks. They are our problems. These
Because of
apparatchiks,
this one,
apparatchiks,
this. Okay, we
Hey,
can
this
move
one
on.
they behave you.
For go search for
go search.
Merriam-Webster inside. I hear.
You know,
Thesaurus,
Now, to
sometimes
be
I
honest,
go back to my ancient
yeah,
days.
so now to be honest, if we be fair, but if you go to the Shanghai, I'm sorry, the Beijing consulate, they really welcoming. They're really
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
I've been
they
there
are
yeah,
nice.
multiple times.
They yeah.
Besides that one incident over the phone, literally every time I go there, things are like really. One time they even offered me lunch, it was really really decent. Almost every time we get like really good
yeah,
service, so that I would give them a plus.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
any last words before we go?
It's a good reform, or
Mm-hmm.
it's a good strategy. Should make sure it is not that group of people. I don't know the number of them, these IT guys, but there are so many brilliant IT guys in the system that can be used. They should make sure they assemble new teams and go and replace all these people. And technology, we are in 2025. Please use technology. I finished.
I'm just I'm just excited that yeah. Speaking of technology, last year we got a visa for someone and to Ghana, and finally we have a sticker, a printed sticker, not a handwritten one. So at least that's that's an improvement. But like you all said, we can't speak badly of the embassy. So far, I think we've all like good experiences at the embassy in Beijing.
Yeah.
But I think that's also because of the kind of people, the caliber of people. Maybe if we had a different set of people, we'll also be complaining just like people in the US. So finally, I'll just say that we shouldn't depend on the personality of the staff. It should just be a standard, just like President Mahama releases code of conduct for his appointees. There should be a code of conduct for all embassy employees around the world. This is the standard. Even if you don't want to smile, smile. If a Ghanaian comes, he has a
It's a
priority.
service.
All those
It's a
those
service.
things. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. You are there to serve. You are not there to the same. Like Stephen said, the same behavior we have at the ministries is the same behavior they carry to these countries, but it's
Yeah.
different. You are not playing on a bigger field now, so there should be a code of conduct for embassy staff. That's what I
Yep.
want to say.
All right, so the embassy have shut its doors. There's no two ways about it. The story is not closed though; it's still ongoing. So what we want is transparency, one, and then also answers from the Ghana's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, because people, I'm sure, our brothers and sisters out in the states have stuff to do at the embassy. So we need to know as soon as possible, and especially those of us in the diaspora, Ghanaians working hard abroad. We demand to be treated with respect and dignity once we come into the consulate. It's almost like this is our home away from home. Whatever we may face, whatever problems or whatever we're going through, the only place for us to go is the consulate or the embassy. So please, when we do come, we're just pleading, treat us the same way you would treat us back home. Let's just being on somebody else's land is even more difficult than being in your own country. So this is actually where we got to show more love and respect to one another. So to the next episode, DLS out.